This is the profile of Chasten Buttigieg I talked about. It's in the Washington Post. The headline is, "In official Washington, Chasten Buttigieg is a stranger in a very strange land." Now, before I get into this article, I mean, like, when I read this, I think the context in which you have to understand this article is how absolutely in danger Chasten Buttigieg is right now, and I mean like his life and physical safety, because like he is getting ready to they are going to trade him in any second now because he has fulfilled his usefulness and he may get that Havana syndrome pretty soon. Because like I mean, just the way this article is framed is they're getting ready to cash this guy out because they got nothing to do with him, and Pete is about to be on to the next thing.
Yeah, no, this is like. However you want to put it, he dies on his way back to his home planet. His plane gets shot down over the South China Sea. Whatever you want to say, they're about to kill off this character.
Yeah, the writers have, they got nothing for him to do in season 2. So, Chasten, hence this article here. So, listen to this first paragraph. The first sentence, rather. Chasten Buttigieg put on a few pounds during quarantine. Jesus fuck! Imagine.
Dude.
This is your profile in the Washington Post, and the first sentence is just like, "Look at this fatty."
Yeah.
Can you believe this lazy pig gained a few pounds during quarantine?
Chasten's disgusting, cold, white belly flipped over his belt. His posture is worse than I remember.
Chasten Buttigieg put on a few pounds during quarantine. So in April, with the pandemic restrictions easing and 2 doses of vaccine safely in his arm, he set about looking for a gym to join in the city where he had relocated after his husband, Pete, became the Secretary of Transportation. He found one on Capitol Hill that seemed nice enough, he says, until one of the gym's personal trainers approached him and explained that he had also worked as a lobbyist and that his boss would be upset if he didn't take the opportunity to ask Chasten to pass along some information to the secretary. It was like, well, we can't go here, can't go to the lobbyist gym, Chasten recalls during a recent interview, rolling his eyes beneath his signature owl-framed glasses. He'd been warned. Before the Buttigieg's moved to Washington, a friend gave them a critical piece of advice about life in the Capitol. Work is play, and play is work.
Do you think, like, when they were moving to Washington, Pete probably did the Mitt Romney thing. He was probably bungeeing Chasten to the roof of his car. Liz Smith got to ride shotgun, and they're like, oh, Chasten's fine up there.
He likes it.
Yeah. He always sticks his head out the window during drives.
Yeah, he'd been warned. I mean, God, they should have given him a much more serious warning about this fucking. But the warning should have been like, in 9 months later, at the entire readership of the city and like national newspaper of the city you moved into will just be like, breaking Dateline, Washington D.C. First husband of Transportation Secretary let himself go. Ugly pig spotted at gym.
Chasten was not allowed on the couch because he got into a box of Frango chocolates.
Yeah, that's gonna be the heart attack gun thing. Chasten got into a someone left the Valentine's Day package out, and Chasten got into it, and he had to get taken to the vet. 6 months in, the former first man of South Bend, Indiana, can't believe how true it is. Like, anytime you're just relaxing, you're working, he says, especially on the Hill. Cocktails, dinners, drinks. Everyone says, no work tonight. Then 2 minutes go by and they're talking about a pipeline. A bill or a package. The secretary's husband isn't particularly interested in talking pipelines and packages all night. He wants to dish about the HBO comedy Hacks. Alas, he seldom sees an opening. I mean, God damn it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people in D.C.? Hacks is a wonderful show.
He just wants to do Bants, and they won't let him.
Yeah. Goes, such is life in Washington for Chasten, who finds himself in the deep end of an education and what it means to be the husband of a powerful political figure in a town of grippers, grinners, and wonks. I mean, a powerful political figure? I mean, that's...
Treasury Secretary. Get out of here.
Transportation
Secretary.
Sorry. Transportation is the fucking booby prize.
Transportation is like, they gave him that so Joe could make him say all the most unpopular ideas. When he was like, what was the fucking dumb shit?
He wanted to raise the gas tax significantly. Yeah. Wasn't that it?
And then there was also like a mileage tax. Yeah, no, it was just every like bad idea. I mean, Joe's still got some tricks. It's like how he sent Kamala down to the border. He's going to make Pete do all the ideas. It's like, oh, everyone with a pickup truck has to buy a Prius.
Chasten, 32, was the breakout star of Pete's 2020 presidential campaign. The middle school drama teacher was a novelty. Well, yeah, now in D.C. that novelty's worn off, and they have absolutely no, they have no reason to pay attention to him, or, they're gonna. Like I said, if I was Chasten, I would be very concerned about what this augurs here. As your novelty runs out in D.C., or your utility to the powerful position of Secretary of Transportation wanes. Not because he was the man married to an openly gay presidential candidate, but because he was young, a savvy and self-effacing user of social media, enthusiastic about pop culture in a way that didn't feel strained or strategic. It didn't feel that way at all.
Oh, no. It didn't feel like every time he tweeted there was a gun in the back of his head. I never got that feeling.
In Washington, Chasten is more a fish out of water than he was on the campaign. He remains bewildered by many of Washington's social mores. Example, the Buttigiegs recently received a dinner invitation that came with 2 notes on what to expect. Super casual, no work. The host even mentioned that there would be bike parking, presumably because Pete Buttigieg often cycles to work. Chasten wavered, having rarely seen his definition of casual on display at social events in D.C., but he eventually pulled on chinos and a polo shirt. I was like, I swear to God, if we show up and everyone is in suits and dresses, he says, and we showed up and everyone was in suits and dresses. I mean,
Damn.
Fuck me, man. This sucks.
I want a relationship where I can wear sweatpants and he gets me pizza.
On a Friday morning in June, Chasten sits at a window-side table at Canopy at the Wharf, entertaining his visiting mother-in-law over breakfast until Pete could get out of work. It's the start of D.C.'s highly celebratory Pride weekend, but he is not enmeshed enough with the city's non-government circles to take part. Oh, there's a parade this weekend, he replies when asked about his Pride plans. It's very hard to make a friend when everybody wants something from your husband, he says, or they're expecting him to do something. It makes interactions feel inauthentic a lot. You just kind of have to always have your guard up. I mean, I do feel bad for him because it seems like he's really kind of lonely, and it seems like he doesn't know what to do with the social mores of DC, and it's just like, oh, you don't want to play the game? Well, we're cashing you out, Chasten.
Yeah, no, he unlikely recipient of my sympathy for sure.
Because I mean, because you know what I mean? Because like you're right. Like he was I guess in some ways the breakout star of the Buttigieg campaign, and he was a big asset to the campaign. And there was all these as we said, these very forced, awkward, all his social media stuff, and just his just a quirky, normal, cute guy, and I'm so caught off guard by all the celebrity of my husband and things like that, and that was useful for a time, but now it's a liability. Now he's showing up to casual parties wearing a polo shirt. He's wearing a polo shirt and chinos at Signatures. What a fucking rube.
Everyone made fun of Lil Baby for wearing a polo shirt when he met Kamala. You didn't learn from that, Chasten? I mean, I don't know what he can do after this, but I hope they set him free. I hope they really do set him to the fall state. Because this is not dude, once he got in there and saw that they were posting all those badass slow motion walking videos, he's like, oh, it's not Chasten o'clock anymore. No more time for self-effacing selfies and stuff that's hey, if you think you're doing bad in quarantine, you're doing effing awesome. No, none of that. It's walking, it's America's back, it's it's all the evil shit. We're doing all the evil shit. We're walking every day. We're getting our steps in. Get off the couch, you stupid pussy. That's what they're saying to him.
While Pete seems to know exactly what he's doing here, Chasten is less certain. He remains somewhat stranded on an elevated, ill-defined pedestal on the dais of official Washington. He has paid nothing, has no title, and feels alternately in demand and ineffectual. I mean, imagine if this was your relationship getting talked about this way in a national newspaper.
He has no title. He doesn't get paid. All he does is charge his phone and lie. Doesn't know how to cook. Got fatter.
Yeah.
Sucks. It's not funny.
He's no longer hot.
Yeah. His Oscar party sucks. This is like if Trump wrote this article. This is so Trump. It's I heard Chasten's doing very bad. He put on a few. He showed up to the big party in a polo shirt. Chasten, why are you wearing chinos? Do you think it's 2014?
He says, so he says he's paid nothing, has no title. I mean, it's like he's like it's like Victorian England, and he's an orphan who's been just sold to some fucking rich baron.
This reminds me so much of in Tropic Thunder when they're interviewing Ben Stiller, and they're like, your last 5 movies have bombed. All your friends say that you're worse than ever. Either you need this one to succeed or it's over.
It's gonna be like Haley Joel Osment in AI. They're just gonna drive him out to the fucking forest and just kick him out of the car.
Or we got to do a Chasten rescue op.
Yeah,
we have to
Chasten.
do Operation Entebbe for Chasten.
Yes, Chasten. I would love to. I mean, if you want to talk about fucking hacks, I'm with it. Have you seen White Lotus, Chasten? Oh man, dude, that show is my new favorite.
Chasten, there's a show I think, or there's a movie I think you would love. It was also about a man who was held in confinement. But he, unlike you, unfortunately, became stronger by doing it. You see, every time he went into confinement, he did more and more karate until he was the toughest man in the prison. And then he was able to take on, well, I don't want to spoil it for you. The movie's called Avengement. We've seen it, and we think you can pick up a lot from it.
It says here, throughout all of this, he is held to a tight personal refrain. What you're doing is important, even when what you're doing isn't exactly clear. I mean, God, this is just getting more and more depressing here. This is very bleak to think about. We're going to take those out the maximum, Chasten says, pulling at the thigh area of a new pair of suit pants 2 weeks later as he returns to examine himself in a 3-way mirror at a Nordstrom in Arlington. He bought the grayish-green suit on winter clearance, but never bothered to have it tailored. Now the tailor has bad news. The slim-cut pants can't be made much wider. Jeez, I mean, like, just the bitchiness, like all these details about like, oh, his suit pants don't fit anymore because he didn't get them tailored. Oh, like, oh, you gotta get some elastic in those, well, the chino waistband there, Chasten. Like, oh man, I mean, it's just like, I'm just like imagining it's just like, are there other fitter guys who are more connected and good at DC socializing that are in Pete Buttigieg's orbit right now? Because it's just like, just Chasten, man. My heart goes out for you. Well, he says, well, hopefully I get smaller, Chasten quips. I'll do my best not to sit down. Ugh.
Oh,
He never
brother.
owned a suit until he started dating Pete. Never
What?
needed one. Then Pete ran for president, so Chasten spent a year living in them. I mean, it's just like, yeah, it's just it's just like if you're in a relationship and you feel kind of like eclipsed by the other person, and then you're looking in a mirror in Nostrum, and they're like, sorry, this this potato sack doesn't fit you anymore. Yeah. Would you like this? Would you like a cape?
Sir, we will pay you not to disgrace Jose Bank with your awful physique. Fucking Jason got disrespected out of Men's Warehouse. This is like, he's the most disrespected man in America. This is tragic shit.
You're not going to like the way you look, I guarantee it. Speaking, okay, this is about Buttigieg here. It says the 39-year-old Harvard grad, former McKinsey consultant and Navy reservist, has so much excess ambition that in addition running the U.S. Department of Transportation, he is also training to compete in a half Ironman triathlon this fall. He wakes for a 6 a.m. swim session most weekday mornings and stacks his weekends with long runs, bike rides, and workshops on open water swimming. So, like, he's basically engineered a schedule in which he never has to talk to or see Chasten ever. He's doing a full-time job, and then he spends every waking minute training to do an Ironman competition while his husband's getting doughy. I mean, I can relate.
Yeah.
It says, one day Chasten was riding a bike alongside Pete on a 10-mile run for moral support. Afterward, while Pete paced in circles catching his breath, a young man approached the couple with a smartphone and questioned the secretary about his position on China. That was just Mike Lindell, actually.
Yeah, no, he was. They think this is just like a homeless guy bothering him. What do you know about the packets?
Pete handled the ambush with impressive equanimity, according to his husband, warding off the man with a book recommendation. Chasten is a drama kid at heart, but Washington is a different kind of theater. The show never stops, and you don't always know when you're on stage, and on whose terms. When your life becomes the center for other people's criticisms and commentary all the time, why stay, he says. It's why I love him very much, he continues, talking about Pete. He's so committed to the job. You can tell he's happy and you can tell he cares. But sometimes it's like, well, it feels like you're built for this. It feels like you can handle this. Sometimes I'm like, I'm done. I'm taking a break. I can't be everything for everybody all the time. I mean, this has got Splitsville written all over it.
Oh, man,
it's tough. You hate to see it,
bro. He's gonna get fucking dumped on Zoom. I hate this. It feels so bad. Like, we're gonna get Chasten. We're gonna get you your revenge body. I put on about 40 pounds during quarantine. I've lost almost all of it. You can come to the gym with me. I'm like, I don't know if you heard, Chasten. I'm on a famous dry spell. I need you to help me, to help you. I am going to get your cum gutters back. You are going to get me. You're going to like tell a woman, hey, he didn't say all that bad stuff. He's actually very nice.
Chasten, don't listen to Felix. Come with me. I will get you fatter than you ever thought you possibly could be. I'm going to make you into a god of size, a size king.
Chasten, don't listen to Matt. We can do both. We can make you just the roundest power lifter ever.
Yes, there we go. That's the perfect synthesis.
Together.
We're going to make you into a power lifter.
And
just
Will
a big
is going
fat
to show
guy
you
who can annihilate fucking stacks.
Yeah, and you, Chasten, we know what your deal is. You're probably like, damn, I love editing the Modern Family Wikia. Will's going to get you no more of that bullshit. Will's going to get you, like, cultured. You're going to be more cultured than Pete. Like, no. We're taking you under our wing.
Yeah. No, seriously. You like...
Straight eye for the queer guy. That's what we're gonna do.
Yes. You can have fun again. You can live in a place where everyone isn't a grinner and a gripper we have to wear dumbass clothes to eat bad food, go to bad food restaurants and talk to the shittiest people on the planet. Dude, Chasten, Felix will make you fit. Matt will make you fat. Matt will make you accept getting round. You come over to my house. We're watching White Lotus. We're watching Mayor of Easttown. We're watching Hacks. We're talking about all your favorite shows. We're like, we're not talking about lobbying. I'll never train for a fucking Iron Man. I'll never make you go on a bike ride or even to the farmer's market. We're watching TV. We're having a TV party over at my house, Chasten. We can smoke weed. No one gives a fuck. You can have a fun time.
Chasten, there's no suits in this world. All of us wear stuff from the Showtime Billions collection. Black button-up shirts, Donna Karan for men jeans that are very flattering, make everyone feel like Damian Lewis. We no. And you think you have to be out there and like explain or exchange like niceties with people, do small talk that's really about like some fucking car bill or some bullshit. No. People yell at us every time we leave our house. We're constantly yelling back and forth with people across from sidewalks. We're hated every time we leave. So you don't have to do anything. You just yell back.
This is so going against type, but like reading this, I feel really bad for him, and I just want him to have fun again. I want him to have fun again.
I want to do this. I want him to like live with us. I have a guest bedroom. Like, fuck it.
It says here that, he may be looking for a place, because listen to this. The Buttigieg themselves moved into an 800-square-foot, one-bedroom apartment near Eastern Market. We couldn't afford the one-bedroom plus den, Chasten says. They chose the high-end building because of its location and the security it offered. The couple has faced threats and even a break-in back in South Bend. Rent for currently available two bedrooms started at $5,650, though Chasten says they got their one bedroom for closer to $3,000 by locking in a long lease that gave them 2 months rent-free. We're doing fine for ourselves, and yet the city is almost unaffordable, he adds, while driving their Subaru Outback up I-395, which tells you how extremely unaffordable it is for many people. The transportation secretary's salary is $222,400 a year. The couple sold their home in South Bend earlier this year, knowing they couldn't keep up the old Victorian from afar. But they didn't leave the Midwest behind entirely, pursuing a home on Lake Michigan in Traverse City, Michigan, where Chasten grew up and where his parents still live. He likes to escape there when he can, to hang drywall with his dad, surround himself with old friends, people who remind me of like me. Chasten, like I think if Chasten spent enough time with us, we would remind him of him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if he wants to hang out with like other Midwestern, like I have tons of Midwest simpleton friends, as in all of them.
So this is here. His ambition is just living his life in a very wonderful way. I don't know many people like that, says Charlotte Clymer, a writer and activist who became friends with Chasten during the presidential campaign. He's just himself. He doesn't try to mold himself into what he thinks people want. It's not even that he resists it, but he says the best person he can be is himself. Okay, Chasten, again, as part of this package deal, no more fake friends like Charlotte Clymer. Because, I mean, this person was probably feeding... This person,
Snake.
I guarantee you Charlotte Clymer was feeding stuff to the Washington Post for this profile about, like, you know...
100%.
Ask him about when he had to get his pants blown out a second time by the tailor.
No fucking way. No fucking way. Yeah, no, this is a snake. I would never talk to the news about you unless it was positive.
God, listen to this next section. I need a job, Chasten says flatly.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you don't.
dude.
You really
Just
don't need
vibe.
a job.
Don't worry about it.
But, like, that's the thing. You can't do that in Washington, D.C. You really can't do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, like, there's no way for you to relate to other people, and it's just like
All these psychos are only fixated on their dumbass jobs in the swamp.
namely, he wants a job that will pose no risk to his husband's career while also allowing him to remain true to his passions and personality. Stepping away from teaching middle school drama has been one of his biggest sacrifices, says Nev, Chasten's friend since college. He loves to play. He loves theater and improv, Nev says. Bringing that to younger kids was an outlet for him. He feels he can't go back, at least not now, not at a K through 12 level. How could he be honest and present in the work of teaching young people, he wonders, knowing that a disgruntled parent could make news by airing their grievances? I mean...
Man, how intense of a drama teacher are you? If that's a risk. Like, man, dude. He's the He's like the fucking... Who's the guy in Kill Bill? The fucking instructor guy?
Oh, Pai Mei.
Yeah, he's the Pai Mei of drama teachers.
Yes.
I think we found his problem.
Closing out the profile here, it says, after the mall, Chasten is thinking about Pete. It's their third wedding anniversary. During a quick Target stop, he spots a hot pink gift bag with a close-up of a dog that resembles Buddy, their one-eyed puggle. It reads, "You're pug-tastic." OMG, Chasten says. That's it. That's the one. He slips it into a wobbly wheeled cart, confident it will make Pete smile. This is great.
No, it won't.
Never.
Fuck no, it won't. Do you think that dog did not... They're leaving shit out. That dog did not start out with one eye when they got it.
Yeah. The only thing they would make...
Did.
The only thing that would make Pete smile is if they put that dog in the fucking compressor from the end of Terminator.
Poor fucking Chasten is like seeing LOL cats in 2021 and is like, oh my god, this is so cool. Like, this guy, he is not long for this world. Damn.
It says Pete has something planned for the night, although he's keeping the details a surprise. The secretary did give Chasten one hint. Don't wear anything too dressy. So he won't. Chasten Buttigieg knows there's one Washington insider who won't lead him astray.
It's a mock execution.
Yeah, it's
so
like,
you need a fucking job, you piece of shit.
yeah, it's don't wear anything too dressy for our third anniversary. I'm just gonna we're just gonna order some takeout, and I got you an Amazon gift card.
Yeah, literally.
But by the way, I can't stay up too late. I got to be up at 5 a.m. to run 10 miles before I go to work.
We gotta save him.
Yeah, just
Save Chasten. That's the project.
Damn,
That's the goal.
Oof. That's harrowing.
Yeah.
That's harrowing. Like, I don't know how, but I really do feel like awful for him. It's amazing.
I mean, I gotta say, reading through the lines there, I mean, it does not seem like a relationship with I would not invest in the future of this. You know what I mean? I'm shorting this stock right now, but
Pete
there's a life after it. You know what I'm saying? There is a fun, good life for like an enthusiastic high school drama teacher to just have fun, rediscover himself, and be around cool, normal people who will talk to him about HBO comedy series.
Yeah. 3 men, who have their own podcast, ages 19, me, to, I don't know, could save your life. You don't know. And, no, just give us a call. We want to help. Do you remember when Ben Morrow was talking about canvassing in Iowa? And he swayed a Pete voter because she was like, "Yeah, I was gonna vote for Pete, but then I saw that Chasten's gained weight and lost hair. I think this is too much for him.
Oh.
He's too sweet for this." This was in early 2020, late 2019.
I mean, it just seems like they used all of the kind, sort of like nice high school teacher energy that he had on that campaign, and they just like drained it out of him like sap out of a tree.
Yep.
And just like Liz Smith, just like, just used her alchemy to just to hollow him. And now that they got the thing that they wanted, it's just like all those qualities are not only not useful anymore, but like an active detriment to like everything.
Yeah.
And like that's what I find so sad about it.
Yeah. Well, our line's always open. I will always answer my door for Chasten.
Yeah, hit up our line. We got loud.
It's so fucked. Like, it's like Chasten has the personality of like one of the men who live in Stars Hollow. And like Pete has like the exact evil personality. Not as smart, but like definitely the same like level of evil as George H.W. Bush. Like, that was not gonna last. That was never gonna last. He's like, this guy like works in the kitchen at Lorelei's hotel. And Pete is like the antagonist in the Dead
Yes,
Zone.
he's Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Pete is just there, like in the basement, like living in a small box, like the guy from Prophet.
Oh my God, it's fucking Prophet. That show rocked.
Yeah.
The Prophet, for people who don't know, Prophet was a network TV show that was on Fox in the 90s. And it was about a guy who was abused by his dad and made to sleep in a box by this like super conglomerate. And it caused him to like work his way up the ladder in the company as an adult and kill everyone in the company.
Yeah.
TV used to be awesome, dude.
TV ruled.
That's one of the things we're going to watch with Chasten, actually. We're going to be watching Prophet reruns on...
Yeah, we're just going to be... Does
Motion.
this remind you of anyone, Chasten?
Yeah. No, yeah.
Chasten,
we're saving him.
Season 5 of Billions restarting in September. Come on.
We're going to have a Billions party.
We're gonna have a Billions party. We're gonna have a Billions party. Chasten is invited.
Yes, 100%.
No one wants anything from you. No one expects anything from you. You can dress like shit. You can look like shit. You'll look better than I do. So you're ahead of the curve already, buddy. Come on.
Chasten, I will let you in on all my weight cutting and weight gaining secrets. I can't wait to show you